breaking down the deals, data, and disruption shaping global markets. You're listening to The Daily Ledger with Dennis Sert.
Hey folks, it is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. You're listening to The Daily Ledger Show, and I am your host, Dennis Sert. Great to be here with you tonight. We got some good stories we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about several things. We're going to talk about OpenAI misses key revenue, user targets in high-stakes sprint towards IPO. The Roomba guy's second act, a robot you'll want to snuggle. OpenAI releases GPT 5.5 instant. Yawn. IMAX shades Disney's Infinity Vision plans after Avengers Doomsday loses premium screens to Dune 3. That is just hilarious. But yeah, before we get into all that, make sure to like, share, and follow or subscribe, depending on if you're on Instagram Reels / TikTok or YouTube or Rumble now. Facebook. And yeah, make sure to do all of that. Make sure to join the school community, and then you'll have access to weekly calls, posts, all that. It'll be a lot of fun. The link for the school community is in the description or in the link in bio. Now, without further ado, let's just get into it. Yeah, so OpenAI misses key revenue, user targets in high stakes sprint towards IPO. Yeah, how sad. It's really funny because obviously, ever since Claude Code, that was kind of the beginning of the end for OpenAI. But let's read here. OpenAI. Let me find it. OpenAI missed an internal goal of reaching 1 billion weekly active users for ChatGPT by the end of last year. So last we talked, they were at 900 million, and they missed that 1 billion mark. Wah wah. Looks like Google's Gemini saw massive growth last year and ate into OpenAI's market share. Oh no. So Altman and Fryer say, we're totally aligned on buying as much compute as we can and working hard on it together every day. You know, back when I started the Daily Ledger as like a way to promo Byte AI. And then you know what happened to Byte AI? It fucking died. You know what I mean? Like I didn't hit the key revenue as well as the key user count targets. And I had a bunch of compute. And then I realized, shit, I don't have enough capital. And the company couldn't justify its existence. So I dissolved it. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of have to be pragmatic when it comes to this sort of thing. So it's really funny that it's like they're not hitting their it's like it's not that it's funny. It's like, well, it is funny, but it's also ironic that it's like they're like, oh, you know, we're not hitting either of our goals, our weekly active user count goals or our monthly revenue. But we're totally aligned on, quote, buying as much compute as we can. And this is a quote from the CEO. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a great plan, actually. It's funny. Altman could learn a thing or two from me. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, seriously, we're totally aligned on buying as much compute as we can. That's the statement after not being able to hit the targets. Yeah, well played. Yeah, that's good. Keep going. The Roomba guy's second act, a robot you'll want to snuggle. The inventor behind the world-famous robot vacuum is now designing robots that form an emotional bond with their owners. You like robots that you snuggle with? You know what's funny? I mean, imagine like, a little like snuggle bot, and it's like snuggling with you or whatever. And then suddenly it's like, hey, brings up controversial topic. What are your thoughts on abortion? Right? See, I'm using abortion here because it's like a safe, controversial thing, but you can probably fill in the blank, unless you're a retard. But no, like, I mean, isn't that kind of crazy to think about though? Like, imagine like these special interests that are already like tapping into even like voice encrypted stuff like Signal and WhatsApp. Like, just tapping just a normal phone call has been kind of like, it's like old school technology. Like very old school, like over 80 years ago, old school. But like, they can reliably like, they install backdoors into even like Signal communications. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Signal is supposed to be like the gold standard for voice encrypted, end-to-end voice encryption. And so whatever, it's like, so if these special interests are able to install backdoors to be able to even unencrypt the most, known to be hardcore encryptions, right? Like Signal chat. What do you think they're gonna put in the Snuggle bots? Like, you think it's just gonna be okay? Like, oh yeah, let's tap the phones, but let's leave the Snuggle bots alone. Yeah, okay. It's not like, I mean, they probably don't even need it because your phone, watch, your girlfriend / boyfriend's devices, your TV, your whatever is already all listening to your entire house, just your smart home, your fucking Nest. Just like, you already have like 50 sources of input, audio, video, everything. Like, this is just like, it really just has to be in your face. Like, you have to talk into the fucking spyware, just like, just like fucking ASMR, like, hey, here's my deepest, darkest secret. And then the NSA is like, good, keep going. OpenAI releases GPT 5.5 Instant, a new default model for ChatGPT. Oh, wow. The company said the model reduces hallucination in sensitive areas around law, medicine, and finance. Yes. Yeah. I wonder what the AI skeptics think about this. It's like, oh no, it still hallucinates all the time. It's like, meanwhile, there's just like no jobs left. AI is just taking over everything. You've been out of a job for like months and months, or you're about to be fired. And it's like, oh my God, like AI hallucinates, guys. Like, it'll never take my job. It's like, oh, really? Like, you sure? Like, you sure about that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that one meme, like, you sure about that? IMAX shades Disney's Infinity Vision plans after Avengers Doomsday. Loses premium screens to Dune 3. So, what's funny here? So Avengers Doomsday is supposed to come out in like December of this year, right? It's a complete shit show. So ever since Endgame came out in 2019, it's just been like gender ideology, just like all sorts of political messages and agendas and stuff. And so there's been a huge drop off. Plus there's like superhero genre fatigue, as well as just like COVID. So multitude of people checked out after like 10 years of investing into like, phases 1 through 3 or whatever. Like, it just because of a multitude of factors, Disney has just been eating shit. So Disney, Marvel specifically, as well as like Lucasfilm and all their other things, but whatever. But what's funny is that they're coming out with Avengers Doomsday, which, by the way, its slated budget is like $700 million plus, probably more than that now, plus advertising and everything. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it hit $1 billion budget, which is like unheard of. I think the Super Mario movie was like 100 million, 1/10 of the cost. Anyways, so it's like just super overblown. It's like a movie. It's like Hail Mary, absolutely colossal budget, like unheard of. Nearly $1 billion budget, unheard of. and they're trying to revive it, right? The whole superhero genre. Now, Dune Part 3 just happens to be coming out also in December of this year. And IMAX went ahead and did a deal with them. And basically, during that period, all IMAX screens in the US are going towards Dune 3 and not Avengers Doomsday. Of course, this pissed off Disney Marvel. And so Disney Marvel came up with a new thing, it just completely pulled it out of his ass, named it Infinity Vision. Like, what does that even mean? Infinity Vision. Like, it's like, oh, it's like the largest screens at maximum scale. Like, dude, like all the screens are big now. What the fuck are you talking about? Laser projection for superior brightness and clarity. Oh, wow. Premium audio formats for fully immersive sound. I get none of these things in a normal movie theater, by the way, I'm sure. And yeah, Disney reacted by debuting a new premium large format certification to incentivize moviegoers to see the upcoming Avengers film. So they basically Disney got put in the position of second fiddle. They weren't top choice. Like IMAX was extremely hypergamous. They picked the fucking cheerleader, or kind of more fittingly, the cheerleader picked the star quarterback, right? And then the fucking second in line guy, maybe like the linebacker, or maybe like he's not even like a band geek, because a band geek is kind of winning, right? Super Mario, the Minecraft movie, right? Super Mario Galaxy, the upcoming, basically all the video game genre stuff. That's kind of the new direction of like film and whatever. So like, you don't even count them. They're like the band geeks, but they're like winning. They're happy to be nerds. It's like the linebacker that's like seething in the corner, like, ah, shit, because like the hottest cheerleader went with the quarterback, but the linebacker's like, not high enough status, so he gets nothing, just sits there with his dick in his hand. And so that's literally Disney Marvel right now. And they're just like, ah, shit, what are we gonna do? We couldn't get IMAX screens. We're paying almost $1 billion for this movie. Hired Robert Downey Jr. Him alone is $100 million, unheard of. And it's like, oh, let's just make up a new certification out of our ass. Let's name it Infinity Vision. Oh, wow. And I bet you they made Avengers Doomsday just for Infinity Vision, and definitely not because they couldn't get IMAX. No, sir. I mean, it's just a complete shit show. Like, it's so fun watching like the dumpster fire that this is. Like, I can't wait for Disney to just like crash and fail as a company. And yeah, hopefully Lucasfilm as well as Marvel Studios can be bought out by maybe some other company that kind of like actually respects the IP, because like they've literally just been shitting on everything, all the Star Wars movies, all of the Marvel movie, like just oh my god, it just disgusts me. And so for that reason, I get a lot of pleasure watching this like dumpster fire. So anyways, I think we're gonna leave it there. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.